Oh, the music's loud still. There we go. Got that fixed. All right, microphone check. All right, volume's good there. Okay. Oh, we are live on the YouTube. All right, so YouTube, for some context, let me tell you what our plan for today is. It's a pretty light plan, but yeah. So we launched our webhook feature yesterday. Pretty sure Dan's going to be stoked about that. We also have a couple small bugs and micro features that we want to knock out today, such as auto-connecting Slack and Discord channels after you've created them. So yeah, that's our plan. So let's get to it. And, yeah, we might go a little slow, but yeah, it's fine. Taking it easy. It's a nice chill day. So yeah, that is our plan. But here is something. Let me see. Where's my email? Yeah. God, these form names look terrible. Like really bad. But so for everyone here in chat right now, I'm going to share it to my Discord as well. I'm going to share it to the Seattle JS Discord. But Get Kraken is hosting a hackathon or a game jam. Ideally, there's two options, right? There's a passion project you could build, or that you started building maybe in June or whatever, and you want to show that off. Or there is a game, a Git or Get Kraken themed game. So it could be like Git related, or it could be more like, you know, our mascot, Keef, right? The squid, doing something in a game. But the idea is hackathon, game jam thing. First prize is $2,500. Second prize is $1,000. Third prize is $500. I think people out there could definitely use some money, right? So yeah, let's and that is an ugly, ugly, ugly form link. But that is where you would go, log in, fill out the form when you're ready to submit. And I'll post it over to YouTube as well. All right, there we go. All righty, so music's good. Stream's going. Let's get to it. All right, so the last login at doesn't seem to update at the right time. Let's figure that out. So when do we update last login at? All right, so we've got these auth login with things. All right, so yeah, this would be where we probably want to update the user. So yeah, we're not updating the user here, and we need to. Boom. All right. So that should do that. But that's only when we're doing the OAuth part. Let's make sure that this part is doing it too. Okay, so that should be good. Let me double check the user model. Yep, last login at. Cast it. We don't validate it as required. We do have it. So yeah, that should be good. And oh, sorry, one second. Charles, this is linear. I think linear is definitely better for teams. When you're solo, like really anything would work. Like just Notion, Trello, like all sorts of stuff works when you're solo. So it's definitely overkill for me and this project. But eventually I might try and add people to it. But it's really nice in that like you can have like multiple teams within an org. So, you know, like front end team, back end team could have separate like roles and blah blah blah. And, you know, you could have like a higher level planning one that still links out to issues and stuff in there. Like it's very cool about how it's like composable. And I think the other really nice part is that like everything is keyboard navigatable in some way. which, I don't know, depending on how you feel about it, it's up to you. But yeah, very configurable, very cool. Oh, we can see it as a board. Well, here we go. Oh, this is nice. Oh, this is real nice. Yeah, I was looking for this the whole time. Hell yeah. Yeah, awesome. But yeah, linear, good stuff. Super productivity, never heard of it. So I just want to double check that the update is doing the change set thing. Yep. Yep. Looks good to me. Okay, so I'm going to call this one done, but we should verify it. Yeah, we should verify it. So let's go to users. And how's everyone doing today? What are you up to? Last login at 10:25. So that actually looked kind of good. Yep, 11:04. So that one worked. Yeah, we'll have to verify it with the production database when we log in with actually, no, hold on. Let's do this. We can log out. It's gouda.ngrok.app. I log out. We continue with Google. Maybe not. Okay. And then bam. Yep, CM Griffing. That one worked. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so we're on staging. We'll add this. All right, so we'll push that up to staging. Get that pushed up. So one thing that I quite like is, right, when we log out, we see this. I really like it. I really like it when something labels it as like the last used. How could we do that? Do they have like a little badge icon, right? They have badges, and we need these stinking badges. Yes, I'm really happy I got to say that. Um, I kind of want to try and put it in the corner of the button. So we're going to do two things. We've got auth here. And one of the things we want to store, it's an atom with storage. Not org related, but it is user related. Last login method. Will it complete it? Yeah, all right. Last login method. So I guess, yeah, how are we grabbing the, like, how are we creating those buttons? I'm pretty sure I have an abstraction somewhere. I don't remember what it is, though. Oh, okay. So we just have them hard coded. Okay. Hmm. So we can set this basically any way we want. I don't think it's worth like some crazy abstraction. Let's just do it as lowercase. We'll call that good for now. Yeah, so it'll be that value. Here's the thing. So it's this page. No, it is this page. Let me get more music going, though. And hey, what's up, Jarrell? How you doing? Not much. We were just knocking out some bugs. All right, so here's my thought. Okay, so hold on. On this page, we have some state we care about. It is global state, though. Lat login. Last login method is that. All right, so then in here, this is last login method is equal to GitHub. We're not going to do that. It's just an and. Last used. All right, so yeah, at least we get the type safety on that part. Okay, so like I know we're doing the as child, but do I want an on click on this? or the href? I guess we'll find out. All right, so let's say we do this. All right, then I go log out, and we see something. It's definitely not what we're looking for. Oh, shit. Because it's the wrong badge. This keeps getting me. Wrong badge. All right, so the last used badge. That way we're not duplicating all that logic. All right, so it still renders like that. Now we can fix it. It is text black. All right, and then instead of top right, we want something like so we probably want to give these just a little more space. It does seem like a little too spaced out. Okay, yeah, I like that. So then we can make this. Something like that, and then we can crunch down the spacing just a bit more. How do we feel about that? And if they've used email, tough. Right? Should I use a different color? Maybe the light green? And what's up, Owen? The green one? Yeah? Yeah? I think we can crunch it just a little more. That feels pretty good to me. Yep, I like it. I like it. So we didn't have that as a task, but I'm gonna call it good. You started working on some actual coding company projects, or you start tomorrow. Hell yeah. And yeah, do we have anyone out here who would like to participate in a hackathon thing? Get Kraken's hosting a game jam. First prize is 2,500 bucks. Second prize is $1,000. Third prize is 500. The goal is a Get or Get Kraken themed game. Vibe code the hell out of it. I like this song. And hey, what's up, Cotter? And ooh, before I forget, let me post this somewhere. Where's Seattle JS? All right, just got to hammer this out. Part of my job. Okay, so yeah, how you doing, Cotter? Yeah, really happy we knocked that feature out. I consider it basically like the last login feature. So, yep, didn't even get to mark it as in progress. It's just done. And oh, this feature, yeah, make the not verified badges clickable to show the verification dialog. That's an easy enough one. So let's do that. So that's on the notifications page. Oh, and hold on. You're raging for a couple hours, attempting to do a certification exam where Ubuntu was supported, nothing worked properly, and support was useless. You're beginning to calm down, open tickets and all. You're guessing you're going to try on Windows next time. What was the certification? And yeah, anyone over on YouTube that needs that link, it should be in the live chat still, but I can repaste the link to our Game Jam submission form. $2,500 for the winner. Certified Kubernetes admin. Ah, okay. So they actually did it on purpose. That's part of being a certified Kubernetes admin. Nothing works, and frustration is the name of the game. That's just science. I built the auth myself. It's just OAuth and then magic links. So pretty straightforward. I've done OAuth so many times, I can't justify paying a service for it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like normally once you've set up one OAuth like process, setting up a second, third, fourth is a matter of like an hour of your time for each one. Like it's really pretty straightforward. Like the infrastructure of setting up the, the redirect URLs and some of that stuff. Sure, but it's really really not that difficult. That's why I have a hard time. Like, there was one company that reached out to me Like they were looking for a DevRel and they like the fact that I stream and all that stuff, but I don't think I'd be a good DevRel for that product because I don't think it's necessary. Now, that company did just get acquired by Twilio. So, yeah, maybe I dropped the ball, but I still don't think I would be an effective DevRel for a product I don't believe in. Yeah, exactly. I'd be working with Andrew. That'd be awesome. And yeah, they have like major presences at all sorts of conferences and stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know. It would be nice to be DevRel at like a larger company, but I think I have a really, really nice gig where I'm at right now too. Like it's such a small company and I'm the only DevRel that there's a lot of leeway in what qualifies as like, am I doing my job or not? Rather than like, you know, a larger org where we need 2 blog posts a week kind of bullshit, you know? So yeah, I don't know. I think I got lucky with Git Kraken for sure. Right? Like, could be worse. Could be render, right? Wink. Could be worse. Could be DigitalOcean, right? Maybe that's not a wink directly towards you, but I know someone else that would think that way. I just always find it funny. Seems to be turning around though. Maybe. I don't know. I know one person who doesn't have great things to say, but no docs. That reminds me though. Hold on. I do need to maybe reach out to them. And where are you at these days? Hold on 1 second. You joined Square a year ago and then got moved to Block, looking for something else though. Gotcha. Yeah, and we already reached out to Rizel for a talk, so I don't want to overload on the Block speakers. I reached out to Angie too, but Angie was busy. Seems like a great team though. Like it seems like a really cool team. And hold on. So what is an SBOM? Software bill of materials. That's it. Okay. And hold on, Sir Elfman, I missed that question. So, what do people put on resumes nowadays? Is it action sentences still? That I don't know. I would say headless headhunter is maybe someone you might want to ask that kind of stuff to. I mean, Ian here is also like he does resume review type content, so he may have thoughts. I know nothing about it. I don't know, man. My resumes don't have a huge hit rate, but I'm also like I've only really sent out to companies that I don't think I have a chance at anyway. Like yes, I sent one to Anthropic and I sent one to OpenAI. Depends on the role. Ideally, your work history would speak for itself, but projects are valuable, yes, especially if they're like relevant to the company you're applying to. You just tried. Oh, you just tried to click on this, like on your screen. But yeah, yeah. Software bill of materials is interesting. That would be smart. Ooh, yeah. I don't know. Again, headless headhunter would probably know better than I do, Sir Elfman. Definitely worth checking out. Job scan. Oh, job scan. Hadn't heard of that one. LinkedIn's better than the memes will make you think it is. Oh, this is cool. Well, now I'm gonna test it. Wait. Yeah, LinkedIn's an absolutely necessary evil, and it's really not that evil. You know, just don't try and treat it like a standard social media platform. And I mean, do treat it like a standard social media platform in that you need to ignore more than half of the people that post on it. And then bam, yeah, whatever. And then Salverica, thank you for the follow. Just saw that. Let me see. Do I have a resume locally? I don't. Right? Do we want to see how well my resume performs? Let me just send it over the wire.
Now, wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
I don't think it doxes me. Paste a job description below. Let's look at the OpenAI one. I'm not going to get it, but whatever. Like, it's already been too long. But yeah, for 345K, hell, for even 280, I'd move to SF. Let's see how it goes. Oof. Hard skills and soft skills not called out nearly enough. I have 0 empathy in my resume. We'll call it accurate. No, I have empathy, okay? Oh, keep it under 1,000 words. All right. And then I got to upgrade for reasons. So yeah, low match rate. I guess I'm not getting this role. But I asked ChatGPT. Oh, I got to log in. All right, let's see what ChatGPT thinks. I'm actually just curious. Right, so according to ChatGPT, rather than that job scan thing, I'm an exceptionally strong fit. I already build the kind of demos they want to show off. I'm beyond fluent in developer tooling, LLM integrated apps, and multimodal projects. Ish. I'm a career developer advocate. I don't know about that one. I have a content engine that I slack on quite a bit, but you know. I already embody developer experience engineer. This is just ChatGPT sugarcoating things, right? So yeah, I don't know. I'll leave it for now. Yeah, I would move to SF for over 300K a year. Doesn't even matter the role. Like, no, I'd do it. Unlikely, but I'd do it. All right, let me get more music going. One month into your new gig and you're still getting rejection letters, including a rejection letter for where you're currently working at, but a different position. That's even funnier. Like, what if they went through and hired you and then it was just lost in the shuffle and it was for the role you're actually at right now? Right? Like, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Your heart skipped a beat. Yeah, dude. You're like, dude, that's how you tell me? Like, yeah, that's just funny. But yeah, no, it's tough out there. Okay, so let's log back in. And we want this to be clickable. That's it. All right, so let's do this. We'll do that. Actually, we'll give it a different name. Oh, I'm on the free tier, so I don't get webhook access. All right, well, let's log out. Let's go with email again. We're going to create another. Right, so it's clickable, but it's not actually a button. Yeah. And I don't think I can do the whole button as child thing. That was not what I wanted. Why does their outline look so different? Oh. Okay. There we go. I think transition all would help. Yep. Like a glove. All right. Oh, wrong place. And yeah, we could reduce the duplication of that. I think that would be good. It's only there 3 times, so our rule of threes isn't really that violated. Oh, and we need to do it for the email too. All right, cool. Yeah, that's an easy enough feature. All right, so hold on. We are using this button wrapper thing 4 times now. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to copy this. And we're going to call it badge button or button badge wrapper. Or is it badge button wrapper? It's just badge button. And we could put that anywhere, but like, yeah, just I think it makes sense in the render. Because really, like, dude, what do we think the performance implications are of creating this string on every render? Probably pretty low. Like, just as bad as if we were using the string directly as the class names. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about that. There is one thing I want to do that was kind of bugging me, right? So we got not validated and validated here. But then we flip that for the Discord and the Slack. So I want the invalid first. And then we're at least consistent in that ordering. And yeah, this album still got some time. Sweet. All right, so this is feat. It's like a minor feature, but it's still a feat. Shit. All right. Yeah, we have some variables we're not using, right? Yeah, yeah. All right, so that should be good. So then we knocked out that task. All right, so initiating the connection sequence for Slack and Discord after creating the notification for them. I like that idea. Like, why force the user into another step? We'll at least do it for Slack, Discord. We probably want to show the dialogue for email and webhooks right after we navigate back as well. We'll make it... I don't know if it'll be part of the same commit, but it'll be basically part of the same ticket. Yeah. All right. So for this task, so we do this. Yeah, let's do it on the new keyword page. No, not keyword. New notification page. And it's basically this part. Showing the dialogues is going to be tough. We'll do that as a totally separate commit. Right? Because the dialogues are actually governed not by the page, but the individual item. I already have an idea of how I think we could do that, right? We would end up doing something like new notification, the notification ID, which we actually have. So yeah, maybe we just do it as part of the same thing. But then what is the process? All right, so we're on this page. We're doing that. On the notifications page, where's the part where we are actually connecting to Slack again? Yes, this is where that happens. Okay. We'll just copy this. That was weird. All right, so that's the Slack way of doing it. The Discord way looks like this. I just want to make sure that was right. So then, if we do something like that, and we do Slack, and we click it, connecting to Slack, that's not a bad flow. Yeah, that felt actually kind of good. I like that. So then if we do another Discord one, I don't know, notes? Sure. Okay. It renders a little funny. So for some reason, the notes name didn't show up right. That's another thing to fix. It is weird, though. But yeah, I like that so far. I think that feels good. The next step is then let's do a webhook. Num 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 num. We do see new notification in the URL. I guess here's the thing. Do we actually want to show the dialog for validation? For the email? Absolutely. For the webhook? I still think so. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. So yeah, we got to figure out how we show the correct dialogue with that ID that we passed in. Okay. So it's going to be on the notifications page, and we have to handle the. Well, I was thinking we'd pass it in, but realistically, like the notification item could just look at the URL. I don't usually like handling query params in a nested component. I like to do it at the top level of the route. But it's really just like it's just a layer of indirection that I don't think we need. And yeah, this component's getting really ugly. I do think we're going to want to figure something else out here eventually. So if we end up having that, we check it against the notification that's passed in. Okay. But we refresh, and we get it to that state. I'd say we knocked it out of the park on that one. Actually, we don't want to do it just yet. So if it's not verified and not validated, we want to do that. Right? Because then once they're validated, we shouldn't pop it back open. Right? If the user refreshes or some junk. Did I push it yet? I did. Out of habit. Fix, check if email and webhook notifications verified/validated before popping within dialog and reading from search parameters. All right, cool. So I'm going to call that good. Man, we're just knocking features out today, aren't we? Features and bug fixes. All right, so the order in which we're doing these things. So the duplicate keywords with separate platforms are grouped as the same line. That one's definitely doable. It's just tricky with the way we're doing the line creation. So it's definitely something we want to fix. I don't know if it's the highest priority at the moment, though. Limiting the count of Slack, Discord, Teams notifications based on billing tier. That's definitely going to be useful. I feel like tracking event totals could be good. Oh, and 1 second. Sorry. So yeah, King. Yeah, sorry, just saw your comments. So 2 minutes after that chat yesterday, you passed right out. You need to fix your sleep schedule. I get it. You know how to fix, rewrite it in Rust. Nah. No, completely irrelevant. All right. This one might be easy enough. This one we'll want to double check too. The order of which doesn't matter as much. Yeah, so better logging, that'd be a good idea at some point. I'm going to drag this one down. And then let's double check what we have over here. I think Boolean logic for compound keywords is going to be like the biggest feature we need to work on. All right. That was the end of the album. Let's get another one going. Trying to pace myself on the whiskey because I'm going to be going out to a concert tonight. Though I am heavily tempted. I feel like I could have one. Oh, no, we'll pace it more. We got time. I got water. Water? Like from the toilet? Honestly, I should probably just Uber over there. Let me double check one thing. Yeah, I'll think about it. All right, so yeah, what feature do we really want to do next? Yeah, I don't think admin dashboard is necessary yet. I'm gonna put this as like the highest not the absolute highest, but high priority. This one maybe low for now. How do we feel about threads? Sentiment analysis. That's going to be low, but definitely going to be high on the roadmap. Get Butler event was awesome. Nice. I'm glad you went. Hell yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Was it basically just like hanging out, drinking beer? Was there anything anything that stood out to you as like the fun part? Did you get to meet Caleb in person? Yeah, so a lot of these are really low priority. And we're going to create an epic label. Purple, right? Like royalty. So this one is AI response generation. Allow higher tier users to create agents that respond to specific types of events. E.g. support related comments. More? Like, what else would we want? Some of this stuff. Yeah, for sure. Super cool dude. Like, very, very cool dude. And yeah, like, I mean, the thing I said at Git Merge was basically like, you know, where Git Lens kind of came from and what it's, you know, what they did and the features they like and where we're going with it. And then how, like, Git Butler and Git Kraken are just trying to solve kind of the same problem of making, like, merge conflicts easier to deal with and a whole bunch of those things, right? And, like, my main point was, like, yeah, we may be at different companies, but we're on the same team of making developers' lives better. And I can't speak for anyone else at the company, but I firmly believe in that mentality. It's not a zero-sum game. There's room in this space for all of these other companies, right? If someone is convinced that using GitKraken is worthwhile, that same person could be convinced that Git Butler solves a different problem, which they do. They're focusing on different stuff. But by convincing someone that a desktop Git GUI is useful, both companies win. Just because we have different niches, we have different focuses. So yeah, I really like that mentality. I'm surprised he even remembered that. That's cool. Yeah, that's actually really cool. I got to see him do karaoke, and he kills it at karaoke. That was awesome. Did you guys end up going to a karaoke spot after? Known workflow domain inquiries. Yeah, so I get that, Larobi. Do you have like a good example? Like, let's talk through it just so I know how to phrase it for myself for later. A whisper here on Twitch. Yeah, Twitch whispers are tough. I usually don't see them until way later. Bingo. I have no idea how to like follow that up. What I would recommend though is set up multi-factor auth. Change your password, set up multi-factor auth. Go into your Twitch and make sure that there's not anything like recurring. Okay, so you disconnected the payment method. I would reach out to Twitch and figure that out if it's still happening. But yeah, I don't know, man. How do you report it? I have no clue. I'm sure there's some support ticket stuff. But yeah, I don't know, Bingo. Sorry. All right, so like pricing, if feature is available, how to delete account, any question of which the answer process is documented. Ah, okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I've never had to deal with that, Bingo, but I'm so surprised that they'd be able to do that with multi-factor auth going. Do you use the mobile app? I would install the mobile app or uninstall the mobile app, maybe? There might be some way of compromising that. Like, when was the last time a fraudulent charge was done? And yeah, go through and look at all your subscriptions. Do you know where to see all your subs? So yeah, you can see all the subs that you have currently on that page. But yeah, I think this is good for this feature. So yeah, that is definitely an epic. I would say Boolean logic is an epic as well. Like, I'd say it's closer to an epic than just a feature. Didn't get to do karaoke, but had great beer and pizza. Awesome. That's nice. But yeah, I'd say that's an epic, and sentiment analysis is an epic. I would also say the admin dashboard thing is more of an epic than a feature as well. Yeah, it's just a feature. And what's up, Sim Man? How you doing? So yeah, we're just labeling all the stuff we can here just to be sure. Okay, so we got most of those labeled. Let's look into this lobsters bug. See if we can even reproduce it. All right, cool. And a midnight. Hey, thanks for the sub. Appreciate you. Effing free. I like that name. That's a good one. I like to quote I like to quote Dirk Gently, which is a Douglas Adams character. He has a detective agency. Oh, that's you. Bingo. Okay. I like that name, though. But yeah, bingo. Did you see me paste this link? I was going to say, though, there's a Dirk Gently quote, effing the ineffable. But yeah, double check that you don't have some like lingering subscription over there, too. Okay. Makes sense. But yeah, that's pretty annoying, man. That sucks that your account got compromised. Yep. I would still reach out to their support and see if there's something you can do about it. Like, they've got to have support. Yeah, so, right, go open a ticket via their contact us. I mean, the answer to any maybe is no. But yeah, just go open a ticket, dude. I found that in like one very quick Google. So I don't know if you're really trying hard enough if you couldn't find it. Right? I don't know what to tell you, man. This is the internet. Okay, so it does seem like this isn't actually a bug. Looks like we're good to go. Hmm. So yeah, we're able to link that just fine. What I think I want to do though is We could do like regular expression magic. I don't want to. I don't want to do like a dangerously set inner HTML thing though. Yeah, that's a separate bug though. Let's at least mark this one done. Yeah, so we're going to add it to the to-do list, and we're going to call it a bug. Lobsters posts / comments contain HTML tags as text. We should scrub what we can. Right, so like a p tag, we can turn the starting one into the /n/n. The ending tag we can just remove, and then we just do a bunch of like regular expression magic like that. I know there's the age-old rule, do not parse HTML with regular expressions, but we're not really parsing, we're scrubbing, and that's a different thing. And maybe we don't even need regular expressions. Maybe we just do a string replace. Probably faster than a regular expression, right? Yeah, what else would we want to scrub? We're not going to do links, so maybe we just remove those. Like HTML sandboxing is a nightmare. We're not going to try and do that at all. Yeah. All right. So we'll at least have this as an issue. And here's the thing. We could do it on the front end. I think what we're getting at, though, is, and this is actually a little alarming, lobsters might actually have some XSS vulnerabilities. Hmm. Oh, what's this one, actually? The Fetching. So, yeah. He said there would never be a version 3, but technically he never said anything about version 4. So if he's going to switch to fetch, he might as well do some of the other stuff. Okay. Hmm. Wow, so he's got a lot of plans. Anyone here actually use HCMX? I don't, but and I probably never will. But just because I won't use something doesn't mean other people shouldn't. Hmm. So wait, they got this page. Yes! An under construction banner? Yes. I love the under construction banner. HTMX. Under construction banner is glorious. It makes me want to join a web ring. only thing it's missing is the GIF of the guy with a shovel. Let me get another album going. And we took that photo at 4:20 p.m. That's just serendipity. Like, we have to post this now. I know, right? I didn't even do it on purpose. I didn't even do it on purpose. Guy shovel gift 90s. Where is it? Anyone got a link? Anyone know where that GIF might be? This is important. This is very important. The GIF of the stick figure with a shovel. With a shovel, with a shovel. I know exactly. Let me find my GeoCities site. We were looking for the GIF of the guy with the shovel, right? Bedtime Bear, I'm sure you've got that GIF on your GeoCities site, right? All right, so then there's another feature I want to do too. Add mark all as read to keyword events page. You only have marquee tags in your HTMLs? Marquee, you say? I don't have any good examples of this. Hmm. Wait, what about Walter? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to. Let me do this. Hold on. We're going to create another thing here. This is going to be marketing. Well, that doesn't count as a project? Oh, yeah, we created it as a view. All right, so we're going to create a project in here. And we'll leave it as backlog. And we'll call it good there. So then, yes, here in the marketing project, wait, what did I mess up? Maybe I have to create the issue first. Ah, I think that's it. Okay. So yeah, this is Tweet about the marquee effect. Or maybe social. Tweet's fine for now. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like that. All right. So, yeah, we'll plan out like our social media tasks and marketing BS here as well. Yeah, I like it. So then, like, as another idea, we would have post to product hunt. Which we're not going to be anywhere close to at any point. But yeah, all right. No, cool. Yeah, just learned a bit more about how linear works a bit. I like it. All right. Well, hold on. Let me look at this. Do I have a cold soda still? I am going to have one. I'm totally going to have one. So let's do that. Let's have a beverage. I don't have a cold one. Okay. Got myself a soda, an ice cube, and this giant jug of whiskey. Margarita. But yeah, all right. So I think we try and solve a little bit of the lobster's HTML thing. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, let's do the Elijah Craig. And yeah, what's everyone's week looking like? Did I say weekend? I meant week. Like, it's already almost halfway over. Which is actually scary. I need to buy my tickets for my flight to JS Nation. And I need to, like, book my hotel early as well. All right, so let's do this. I think the mark all is red will move down. Back to living with ads. I mean, Twitch Turbo is really good. It's $15 a month, or I think it is. Hold on, how much is it now? There's no way it's only $9 a month? No, it looks like it's $15.99 now. $11.99. Oh, that's not so bad. So yeah, for $11.99 a month, basically the cost of 2 subs, no ads whatsoever on Twitch anywhere. Kind of worth it. Kind of worth it. All right, so when we get to the keyword events page, $17 Canadian makes sense. Here it is, the events page. All right, so we see keyword events as like that top level bit. We see the keyword event component here, and this is the one that may need to do a bit of that scrubbing. Full event.content is what it starts out as. I don't think I'm not sure what decode HTML even does. I guess we'll find out. Okay, so we are doing the decode HTML in there, right? So it doesn't actually do much for us. All right, so we'll call it scrubbed content. And we broke it. Totally broke it. What did I break? Why you do that? Cannot read properties of undefined reading dot content. And yeah, that would probably be it. All right, so then let's think about this. Mm, looks like we only need the one. I think I'm okay with that. All right, it happens once on the user's end in the client. Are you taking off? Yeah, no worries, effing free. Have a good one. Effing free is better than effing raw. That's just science. But yeah, have a good night, man. Yeah, hold on. Who did I play in fantasy last week? That was Da Bears. Chaotic beat the shit out of me the week before. This upcoming week, I'm up against Danielle, who's got a bunch of people on a bye week. So yeah. Yeah, I think Danielle's gonna beat me. Yep. Yep. Is what it is. But yeah, so I like what we're scrubbing there so far. Let's see if we can find other mentions elsewhere. All right, so let's go to Ghosty. And let's look at this one. I want to replace links with a like link redacted. I think that'd be a good idea. Hold on. I gotta look at this. It just looks a little red, right? Yeah. So it's just I don't know, dry skin. It's just I don't know, man. I have a persistent, like, somewhat itchy patch right here on my elbow. It's like just dry and maybe healing, but I keep scratching it so it doesn't heal like fully. But I just worry. Like, I don't know, man. Like I can't see it very well, so I'm always worried about skin cancer. So here's my thought. I don't want to get into allow listing certain domains to then like allow links and stuff. I think if we just replace that with link redacted, then we're good to go. That's actually not bad. It gets a little weird when people start like linking but not using the link as the text. But that's not bad. I feel like that feels okay. Simman, they canceled it. It's not going away anymore. Yeah. Maybe you missed it, but they took the banner down. They're keeping it going. Yeah, dude. As far as I know. Yeah, I'm really pumped about it. Because, yeah, like Super Maven nailed it with that replacement, didn't it? Yeah, that's super exciting news. I was actually planning on making some content about it. Like, we were setting up like links and like the Wayback Machine and all this shit on stream like last Thursday. And during stream, they removed the banner. So I didn't have to make the content anymore. But it's also probably a hint that I shouldn't do current events content anyway. Leave that to the pros. That's Prime and Theo's gig. Yeah, exactly. Right? It's not that big a deal now. Like, part of the joke is they were obviously watching stream and decided to reverse the decision, right? But no. It's most likely they went through meetings and stuff after being made aware of like the tweets and the pushback that they were already getting. And it just so happened that it was good timing or bad timing that they did it while my stream was live. Yeah. I'd like to claim it. That'd be cool. But it's not the truth. Unless they tell me, I could claim it. My guess is like, dude, they may have just like chatted with Theo even. Because he's a big proponent of Super Maven as well. And he is big time enough that, they would listen to his opinion. But yeah, Super Maven's fantastic. I'm glad that they're keeping it. I don't give a shit about Super Maven chat. I just need the autocomplete. Yeah, Super Maven's good, man. And I think another big part of Super Maven being so useful is like it works in NeoVim too. So like you would alienate some of the most vocal people if you were to remove it and not let like NeoVim users use it. I'm sure there's some other stuff you could use with NeoVim, but it's way less than what you can use inside of VS Code. So in VS Code, maybe people have options, but in NeoVim, way less options. And they are the loudest people in the room. So pissing them off is a really bad idea. NeoVim users are almost as rabid as Swifties. And with one statement, he pissed off everybody. It's like that meme shows like Voldemort all shriveled up. Someone's like, what happened to him? Ooh, he made fun of NeoVim users and Swifties in one statement. That'll do it. That'll do it. Yeah, I feel like we're good. Man, I reached out to Mitchell Hashimoto, seeing if he wants to do a keynote for GitCon. Haven't heard anything back. I did just get a chance to send it today, though. So that's on me. But, yeah, I'm not big time like Prime. So it's unlikely he'll put the same weight behind a message from me. But yeah, so I would say this right here solves the problem, in my opinion. At least like solves it enough. So I'll leave a to-do maybe. Nah, that's not correct. Nah, we're good on that. So our to-do here. I want to create another task because I think this one is done. And then here in the backlog, handle more lobsters HTML tags as they come up. It is a front end issue, and we just create it. Now, where did it go? Handle more lobsters HTML tags as they come up. It is dev 160. Let's just copy the whole label. Why not? All right, so I'm going to call that feature done. And honestly, like, dude, we've knocked some shit out today. I don't know if I was expecting to hammer out so many of these so quickly. Scrub initial HTML elements. Okay. What time is it? 5? Yeah, we got time. I think I got like another hour in me. What do you mean new chat? You mean just like the overlay? Yeah, I switch it up from time to time. The theme is called Hacker, and then there's a sub-theme for it called Arch, by the way. We could switch it to Windows if you want. Or DOS, technically. All right, so the duplicate keywords with separate platforms are grouped as the same line in the graph. That one seems doable. It's not an extension. It is Stream Barrett. So you would just do like a browser source for the chat. The best feature is that you're allowed to replace any emotes or any words you want with any GIF or emote that you want. So you could replace GIFs, or you could replace Twitch's generic smiley face with your own smiling face. You can also replace things like HTMX with an appropriate image. Please don't tell Carson I did that. Is there one for Arch? No, not yet. There can be. I got room for 2 more. We are going to have to start going in and deleting some, though. Thigh-high programming socks for Arch? I thought those would be for Rust. The one for CM Griffing is probably the most accurate. I see the joke. Now, Go's a fine programming language. There are some decisions that it's made that people disagree with, right? Like the error handling is a common complaint. But I don't know. Every language has warts. Yeah, Go's a fine language. Like, sure. Are there things that you can dislike? Yes, but there's not a single language out there that is perfect. Doesn't exist. Some people might claim closure. I don't know. I haven't written enough closure. Oh, here we go. I am the boss baby. That baby's telling us to get back to work. And if you're curious, yes, that's me as a baby. Look at them Michelin Man arms. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, there's only two kinds of languages in the world, programming wise. The ones people complain about and the ones no one uses. Yep. You know the meme. You know the meme. Oh, I probably do need to do an alignment check. Good call. All-wheel drive auto. Now you're hungry? What, just from seeing KFC bullshit? Like Colonel Sanders said, I'm too drunk to taste this chicken. Now, here's a big thing. Like, Larobi, learn how to make your own fried chicken at home. You'll never want to eat fried chicken anywhere else again. One quick tip, half rice flour, half wheat flour. You don't want to do full rice flour, even though it's going to be crispier, because it doesn't brown the same way. And you still want that, like, you know, like aesthetics still matter for food. So yeah, half rice flour, half wheat flour. For your dredge, mostly egg with some milk, but not more milk than egg. And if you really, really want to go for it, baking soda in your flour mix. You do all that, you're going to get like some super thick, crunchy chicken, like for the breading. And that same breading works for pork. You don't necessarily want to do it for anything where you would do a batter, but the batters end up being very similar. I do a pretty damn good beer battered fish as well. When am I going to be in New York for JS Nation again? It'll be, what is it? I think the 15th is that Saturday. I'm going to get into New York around then. I'm going to go see a comedy show on that Saturday night. I might go see a comedy show on that Sunday night after that. And then the conference is the Monday. And the Monday is the 18th. So it must be the 16th for that Saturday. So yeah, conference season is almost over, everyone, but it's not fully over. I will be gone for about another week for JS Nation React Summit. And that's coming up in like 10 days. But then after that, we're home free for most of the winter. I may take a day here and there for snowboarding. And I will take a day here and there for snowboarding. Luckily, though, I can go snowboard during the morning and come back and be here by like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. for a stream. Just because I only got maybe 3 hours of snowboarding in me anyway. Like max. So if lifts open at 9, I can go till about noon. And after that, I usually call it just because when I'm tired, that's when I get hurt. And back when I was younger, sure, I could snowboard for 8 hours straight. And I'd be tired by the end, sure, but nah, not these days. Not these days. But okay, so which part are we working on now? I kind of want to do this part. Because I need these metrics for marketing bullshit. So let's start brainstorming on what this looks like. Keywords matched to events. That one's not too hard. And yeah, what's up, Khalid? How you doing over on the YouTube, Mr. Sir? So here's my thought. I may want to keep like running totals in something faster than the database, right? Like, I think this is where maybe we want to go down the route of ETS, which is an Elixir or Erlang storage mechanism. I don't think it's worth Redis or any of that shit. But I think ETS might be the right move here. So let's go look at ETS. Right? Erlang term storage is what they call it. I'm not saying guaranteed we're going to do the ETS thing. ETF? What's ETF? Oh, shit. Yeah, for sure, Bedro. Yep. Yeah, and I think someone else was saying they wanted to get in on the comedy show stuff too. So yeah, we might have like a crew. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Yeah. I use ETFs, like index funds. Yeah, I totally do that from time to time. What's the big difference between an ETF and an index fund? Are ETFs, like, do ETFs give you dividends? Is that the difference? ETFs trade in a stock exchange, whereas index funds theoretically don't. Okay, I see. So there are index funds that have ETFs. So basically, the index fund then rationalizes the ETF stuff at the end of the day. Is that it? Because, yeah, I've only ever done VTI and VOO. I think there was like VTX as well. And the only big difference there is VTI is like US based, VOO is like worldwide. I just know any like index fund I've ever invested in has been through the stock market, right? Has been through places like Fidelity, Ally, whatever, right? But technically, if I'm buying them through one of those sites, I'm actually buying the ETF that represents the index fund rather than the index fund itself. Is that the right way to understand that? Well, VOO is worldwide though, whereas VTI focuses more on the US. I'm almost positive that's a difference. I could be wrong. Maybe VTI, maybe I'm mixing up one of the Vanguard like index funds that's more like US focused. But I could have sworn VOO was like a worldwide one. Now I gotta look. Oh no, you're right. VOO is largest US companies. VTI is the entire stock market. Okay. I just know that VOO was giving me better returns, at least for a time. But yeah, I don't actually know at this point. Shit. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I don't remember. The key distinction is when we're talking about a mutual fund which follows an index and an ETF which follows an index. There is a percentage that is not index based. Okay. And what's up, Luis? And how you doing there, Luan? Okay. Now I'm pretty sure I've actually gotten better returns than SPY using, I thought it was VOO. But I saw something the other day that most index funds don't actually outpace the S&P, which is interesting to me. I get it, Brainless. No worries. And Luis, last time you were here, I was talking about Lua. I mean, I talk about Lua from time to time. Like, was I actually developing something in Lua? Index funds won't do better than the index. You mean index funds won't do better than the S&P 500? Because that's what I was talking about. I meant SPY, right? Like the S&P 500 index fund. I've had other index funds outperform SPY. I'm not saying over all time, but during the time that I had them. Oh yeah, the history of Lua is really cool, right? Like, are you from Brazil, Luis? Because yeah, I just think it's magic. Like, there was basically like an embargo on technology, such that in Brazil, you weren't allowed to use languages that were like exports from other countries because they didn't want to be beholden to other countries for that. So Lua was born out of the need for their own programming languages. And there you go. Yeah. Yeah, it's really like a very cool story. He is, yes. Um, why am I spacing on his name? I know Brainless probably has like an effigy in his room dedicated to him. There you go. Yeah, Jose Valim. Yeah. Did you light your incense under your Jose Valim effigy, Brainless? Oh, there you go. You're a research analyst. That's cool. Yeah, right next to the Chris McCord effigy. Yep. Do you just burn one stick of incense for both of them and they kind of share it? Is it like the movie Major League 2? Where you got like Buddha and Jobu? And you don't want no trouble between them? Yeah, hell no. All right, so here's something I want to see. ETS versus Postgres benchmarks, right? Like, how much faster is ETS? Already invested in Deutsche Bank? Wait, didn't Deutsche Bank, isn't that one of the ones that failed? Right? Didn't Deutsche Bank go the same direction as Fannie and Freddie Mae? And what's up, Janhua? Okay, so no, Deutsche Bank is still going. I just remember them being mentioned in some of those movies about the crash. Yeah, ETS is in memory. Yep. Yeah, and I'm okay with that. My biggest holding at the moment? Bitcoin. This is not financial advice. Now, I pulled out of the stock market entirely. It seemed a little too irrational for me to want to stick with it. I got my money waiting for a dip, just like fucking what's his name? Just like Warren Buffett. I got a lot of dry powder I'm willing to throw at a dip when I actually see a dip. But I don't like investing in in an irrational market. Besides, Bitcoin, which is also irrational, but slightly different. Buttcoin. Ooh, brainless. Yeah, that's rough, man. That one's real rough. There you go. Butt coin. And hey, what's up, Tech Brew? How you doing? Getting ready for launch day? Hell yeah. Save your ass. Invest in Buttcoin. Is this GTA music? No, it's not GTA music. Though the name of that song was Drug Deal Theme. Maybe it is. Maybe it is a reference and I just didn't know. This song's in Vice City? I feel like I'd remember that. I feel like I'd remember that, but maybe not. During the drug deal? All right. Well, it is drug deal theme. Okay. I'll take your word for it. Yeah. Crusader Kings. That shit gets wild pretty quick. Yeah, so my thought basically, right, like these metrics that I'm tracking, I don't necessarily care about absolute accuracy. So I don't mind if the server restarts and the, whatever I have in ETS goes away. My goal is I want to write to ETS, incrementing the values in it, and periodically flush them to the database. That's my main goal. And if a flush doesn't happen because I restarted the server, fuck it. It's not a big deal. Right? These are approximate numbers anyway. But the goal is to have numbers that I can use in marketing on like the website and other places. Like X amount of messages handled by Messijo. Yeah, a gen server would be the thing that we use to do the flushing. Now, maybe you're saying use a gen server instead of ETS. Okay, we could do that too. That's not a bad idea. Like, I'd have to use a gen server for the flush action, right? Which is definitely an option. Hold on. Let's skip to this song. I think this is a good one. And wait, what's from what scene? And Luis, am I developing anything in Go right now? No. Okay, it's from that scene in the game. I think we have a deal, my friend. Okay. Sure. I get it. And yeah, not. I think we're good with this album. I want to pump myself up for the concert I'm going to later. We're going to pause that. I'm sure they're going to play some of their new stuff. Actually, I don't think I like that album. Let's start with this one. All right, so some of the Faint. Tomorrow's meetings are going to be a pain. That's not good. Okay, so then real quick. Luis, where you work, you use Go for most things. I don't know if I'm familiar with Mercado Libre. That's some bank, right? Oh, it's a marketplace like Amazon, but in Latin America. Oh, okay. And Mercado is market. That's right. So it's like the free market or whatever. And you have a large division between each area of the company using Java, Go, and other smaller stacks. Sure. And then Surly. You were tinkering with Copilot earlier, defining a program utility you want to write to parse a log file from a CPAP machine. And it created a Python file, and you went in and put marks in there. Very handy. Damn right. And yeah, CPAP machine. Pretty relevant. We just had Cotter in here. He was mentioning CPAP machine stuff the other day. Ethan was also talking about it. Very topical. Nicely done. What are they using where I currently work? They use Go for the back end for a lot of stuff. TypeScript for other things. That's about it. We don't do any Rust. We don't do any Elixir. Like, nothing fun. All right, let me double check. Make sure I'm caught up to date. And yeah, no, Bedro. Who's playing? The Faint. This is the band, The Faint. They're like an early 2000s band, heavily influenced by new wave and post-punk. And yeah, I actually don't like the rest of this song, so we skip. This song might be one of their best ones. I guarantee they're going to play this one tonight. I hope they do. All right, so yeah, I don't think we need ETS. Every time I look at ETS, I discover that I don't actually need it. All right, so if we want to spin up a gen server for this stuff, we need to look at the other gen server that we've created. Check out terminate. So basically when the terminate hook fires, we can flush to the database. Is that correct? That would be on server shutdown. Okay. And when we say server shutdown, is that like if I were to kill the process via systemd? And Lewin, thank you for the follow. You would assume on terminate, not kill. Yeah. So I'm not sure it saves us from much. I can't remember if I like this song or not. This song's actually good. There we go. Another thing that comes to mind is you can check the state of a gen server with sys.getState. I'm not sure I would ever need to do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna need that. But good to know. Like, thank you for sharing. All right, so yeah, this module here, batching, is the one that's responsible, like, as a gen server for batching the emails as they get to you. So I kind of want to do the same stuff here. Now, this is the actual worker. And yeah, hell yeah, Sergeant Pepper. This is good shit, right? It's probably a song you heard decades ago. Haven't thought about since. Yeah, it's a fucking banger. Yep. Yeah, the Faint, they're doing another tour. Like, or they're doing a tour right now. You might see if they're coming to town. I know, right? Yeah, I like some of the bands that are doing like reunion shows or like, hey, we haven't done this for a long time. Here we go again. Like I got to see um, Soul Coughing last year. I got to see Pinback when I went to San Diego because that's even where they're from, which was good. And yeah, the Faint coming up like tonight. So yeah, yeah, I'm pumped on like some of these big bands or the bands that were big 20 years ago. They're all playing like the smaller venues now, which makes for just a way better show. Yeah, Omaha, Nebraska. This band, like, what the fuck? JLM, yes, Outer Worlds is fantastic. RKS is from Tennessee. RKS. Who's RKS? Rainbow Kitten Surprise. Oh, I've had someone tell me I need to check that stuff out. What kind of music do they play? Yeah, it always blows my mind that like Bowling Green, Ohio is like a big like punk like area. Like a lot of punk bands came out of Bowling Green, which is weird. And not necessarily like punk, but more like 90s punk. They're indie rocks, they mix it up. Okay. And hold on, what did you say there? Your 2 cents. The gen server on initialization sends a message to itself to trigger a loop where the data is flushed and a send after is executed to do the same after X seconds. Yeah, so I mean, we do a send after. I believe in here. Yeah, so we do a send after here. All right, and in the matcher, let me double check how we're sending the email part. Oh, this one's good. Yeah, so here we're bumping the email matcher. And then that's adding it to the queue inside of batching. And we'd basically want to do the same thing, but maybe I want to use a different method than bump, because we're going to do it for like each individual metric that we want to track. All right, so my thought is we'd want to do this flushing like once an hour, maybe. We could change like the flush interval. Right? Like the interval is not nearly as important. And this right here, batch send, that's just down here. Or I thought it was. Hold on. Actually, no. That's probably over here in mailer. Actually, I don't remember where batch send is. Yeah, it's just a function that we have over on the worker. Right here. Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be our plan for tomorrow. And actually tomorrow's Wednesday, isn't it? So it'll be our plan for Thursday. And yeah, I'll check them out off stream. One sec. But yeah, I do need to hop in the shower, get ready to go. The concert doesn't start till 8. But it's going to take me at least like a half hour to get ready, half hour to get into Seattle, half hour to grab a whiskey at a cheaper bar rather than at the venue. But yes, I like this plan for tomorrow. You did survive your marathon. The what? Marathon. The what? Sorry, that's a reference to the show The League. It's a solid reference. So yeah, this is where we are leaving off tonight, and this is what we'll implement on Thursday. Because I think these kind of metrics are important, and we need to track them for sure. Yeah, I don't know about that song. Let's play this one. This one's good. I disappear, lose control. Who is streaming right now that we should go raid? We see Elclonk, we see the Coppinger, we see Slyborg, we see Buggy Burrow, who's learning Rust. We see Soy Pete Tech mastering Net HTTP for Production Go services, Utah Go user group. Oh, so they're at a meetup. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, it'll be a good one. I'm thinking we go raid the Coppinger. Feel like it's been a little bit. Yeah, it's been a little bit since we raided Cop. All right. Sorry for the burp. All right, so I'm going to bid farewell to the YouTube. Thank you all for hanging out. I'll see YouTube on Thursday. I will be back on the gaming channel tomorrow while we do a bunch of co-working. So we'll do that. And yeah, so later YouTube.